Hi and welcome everyone here on 2K Sports. Can't wait to get some NBA action going. With Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy, this is Kevin Harlan, and we're joined by our reporter David Aldridge on the sidelines. A contest in the West. We'll see if the Timberwolves can please this home crowd. Last year, coach, as you know, the Timberwolves making it to the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, that equaled their deepest run in team history, dropping that series to the Mavs. Minnesota has never been to the finals, one of 5 franchises who've yet to get there.
And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves getting the first points of the ball game. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. The 3 from KD. And he's good on the 3 ball.
Oh, that's too easy for KD. You just can't let him get a look from the corner.
Picked by Randall. There's the drive. And stolen by Bull. And it's out of bounds. Well, they say it was last touched by DiVincenzo. We're about 1 minute into the first. Now let's find out what head coach Chris Finch had to say to David Aldridge. David?
Now, I brought up Devin Booker's name, and he winced a little. He said, can I tell you something? I'm worried about Booker. Ready to double up on him and fight the good fight, but if he gets hot, we're in trouble. So, I guess it's hope for the best and prepare for the worst, guys.
All right, David, thanks. Bull, that's good.
And the big fella knows how to score the basketball. Bull's understanding of when to look for his next level.
DiVincenzo can't hit it. Booker left side. Screen by Bull. Inside. 5 on the clock. Durant. And the Suns tack on 2 more.
And with the right partner, Durant is an unstoppable force in that pick and roll. It's a very high percentage play when he's running.
And Randall throws it down.
Great find, leading his teammate right to the bucket.
KD looking around.
Smart play there by Durant. Uses the pick and roll to break up the defense and create one for his team.
And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
Ooh, he put a little extra on that one.
He does. He doesn't usually finish soft either. Obviously, he can when necessary, but not that time. Now, here's Durant. He's got 5. And it's Jaden McDaniels with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Left side, Durant. Just 5 to shoot. Shoots over McDaniels. And it's Phoenix scoring again.
And the defense has to be aware of KD at all times, especially when he's hovering around that mid-range.
Pass to Randall. From down in the low post, it goes. Randall's got 6.
You know, they like Randall to be an offensive presence in the paint. They want him to be an option on every possession.
Timberwolves trail by 3. And despite his young age, Coach Van Gundy, Anthony Edwards' leadership qualities growing day by day.
Yeah, Kevin, and a lot of it's because he is great at both ends of the court. Confident, charismatic, upbeat. He's learning that delicate balance between taking over a game and bringing his teammates along for the ride.
Staggering accuracy from Beal. Goes up from deep range and makes a tough shot look easy. Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Durant for 3. They get it back. Bull up top. Puts up a 3. Minnesota with the rebound. 29 seconds left in the first. Edwards drives in. Durant with it. He has 7. To the middle. Shoots over DiVincenzo. Suns keep it alive. And there's the call on Dante DiVincenzo. That is his first foul of the game. And here are the Suns now. 6-point game. KD, that's for 2. That doesn't go either for KD.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
There's no air space there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without fouling.
And so it's... And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And taking a look at the Suns' performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
Yeah, we're not surprised by this. These guys work hard, and they are physical.
And Mike Budenholzer has called a timeout. He's ready to talk things through with the team. You know, a trend that's been unmistakable, Greg, over the last few decades has been the number of positionless players.
Yeah, and I think that's a great thing, right? So many players now with diversity in their skill set, and there's no need to commit a player to a certain role just based on their size.
Here's Booker, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. GA, when we think about Devin Booker's scoring ability, he always has been ahead of the curve.
The youngest player ever to score 70 in a game, amongst the youngest to get to 10,000 points. Booker is on a historic scoring pace.
Yeah, great effort tonight, and he's been rewarded with trips to the line.
Pass to McDaniels. No good with the triple. Phoenix leading by 8. Here's Durant. Kicks it out to Booker. Ball's knocked loose. 5 to shoot. 3-pointer. Here's Richards. And finally they hit one. Richards got the lead up to 10 now for the Suns.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
An unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close this deficit.
Now here's Randall. 6 points for him. And stolen by Booker. By himself. Durant finishing it off in transition.
And with a good feel for the game, Booker sensed the right time to go for that steal.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Kevin, Rudy Gobert has tied for the most Defensive Player of the Year awards all time, but he's challenging himself to do more offensively. He said it's all about just being okay with missing or making mistakes, freeing my mind and doing the things that I work on to get out of this shell that I was being put in. Kevin, back to you.
All right, David Aldridge, we thank you for that report. And with this core of the Suns, you know, Greg, you never know who is going to initiate the offense for them.
And that can cause problems at times, Kevin. Can run you into issues keeping the ball moving. Turnovers can be their Achilles heel as well.
Now, here's DiVincenzo. No scoring in this one. Timberwolves passing it around. Here's McDaniels. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. Phoenix leading by 14. Pass to Plumlee. Outside for Beal. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. Minnesota making a switch. And so it's Minnesota with it. Still looking for their first basket since the first quarter. The rebound by Richards. And it's Durant with the ball. He'll bring it up for Phoenix. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. To the paint. It's stolen by DiVincenzo. Pass to Reed. Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Now McDaniels. That's in. Coming off an assist from Randall. McDaniels got his first 3 points of the game.
Well, the defense can't lose track of him. He's just too talented offensively.
Now Durant. He's got 9. It's on target from the high post. Durant's got 11 points.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from that.
Now here's Reed. Nothing on the board. Pass to DiVincenzo. Shot clock at 5. No one near Randall as he lets it go. No good on the 3.
I can't believe he missed that 3. Regardless, that's not a shot the defense should be giving him.
Back to Booker. The Suns need to get a shot off. And stolen by DiVincenzo. Here's Edwards. Oh, wow, what a great move inside.
That is incredible. Wow, this is how explosive Edwards can be. He finishes with such force at the rim.
Now here's Durant. 11 points in the game. Off target with the free throw line, Jay. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. And it's Randall, top of the key. And Randall throws it down.
Not enough defense there. Allowing Randall to get that close is a recipe for disaster.
Here's Durant. And so it's Phoenix in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. Looking good at this point, but wanting more. We've got more in store for you right after this. We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. Phoenix leading by 9. And the defense of the Timberwolves stand as good as it gets.
Well, Kevin, they can compete with anyone when it comes to size, not just up front, but on the wings. They're long and athletic, but it all comes down to execution, and they get it done.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. Wants to talk some things over, might be seeing some things to adjust.
The loudest section gets free t-shirts. Let's see who's the loudest. The loudest and craziest fans get a free t-shirt. Let's see it.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly.
Attention fans. Now on the court is your hype squad. Get loud and let them hear it. With time and seconds, watch the feature.
As a coach, what were some of your favorite parts, Stan, of life on the road?
Well, Kevin, we get treated really well on the road in the NBA. I mean, you travel on great charters. People take care of your bags. We stay in great hotels. But my favorite part of being on the road was when we were on our way home. Easier to win at home, family at home. That was the favorite part of it.
How about the bonding experience that a lot of coaches talk about when you're out there kind of alone against the forces, just you and your team?
Well, I definitely think players bond on trips like that because they're not going in different directions. They seem to spend time together. I don't think any of them ever wanted to spend time with me.
It's stolen by Edwards. Open shot, Randall. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Hey, Kevin. Despite suffering a first-round sweep in last season's playoffs, the Suns' front brass remains confident that they were mere inches from where they needed to be to compete for a title, emphasizing that chemistry is built over time and through the fire. The hope is, with another year to coalesce, this team will be ready for a deeper run. Kevin?
Well, they've got the names. They've got a big coach now coming in. All right, D.A., thank you. And it's Durant with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Phoenix Suns. They lead by 7. And Greg, it didn't take long for Anthony Edwards to prove himself in the NBA.
There's so much to like about his game. As outstanding as his offense is, his defense cannot be overlooked. He is a lockdown presence when he needs to be.
Free throw drops for KD. And always hovering around the 50, 40, 90 mark, Kevin Durant is both prolific and Greg efficient.
And Kevin, you want to talk about guys in this league who make winning plays time and time again. KD is right at the top of that list.
Well, I'd say any play with Edwards on the finishing end has a good chance of succeeding.
The drive by Booker. Booker taking the hit.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
Edwards, no good. Phoenix leading by 10. Durant for 3. Reed with the rebound. It's Edwards on the wing. He's got 10. Up top, DiVincenzo. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. And Phoenix has possession. Outside Durant. Plumlee trying to break loose. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That's on Jaden McDaniels.
Such a unique player. Kevin Durant, pure shooter, incredibly skilled, all at nearly 7 feet tall.
Greg in the process to bring in all their stars. The Suns don't have a lot of ways to add players in the near future.
Yeah, they don't control their draft picks for the next few years. That was part of the price for Beal and Durant. They'll have to be very shrewd to add rotation pieces to help them win.
The shot missing. Timberwolves trail by 9. No one near Edwards as he lets it go. Hits it from 3-point range. Edwards got 13.
And look, Edwards has a lethal pull-up game. It's one of the things that makes him so difficult to guard.
Good ball movement here by the Suns. Just 5 on the clock. Durant. Durant going down a sledgehammer.
Oh, Kevin Durant. Unreal.
Down low. Here's McDaniels. Edwards looking it over. Picked by Reed. Over to the wing. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Booker outside. Outside for Durant. And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession.
Yeah, not a great pass there. You got to be on the same page as your teammates.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. Looking for a breather and maybe just one or two things to talk about. And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He wants to talk to his guys. And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. 27 seconds left to play in the third. It's Randall with the drive. And here's Edwards from the arc. It falls for his 7th bucket of the contest. He's 7 for 9.
Well, you have to be careful with Edwards on the arc because he is completely fearless.
Pass to Richards. Booker left side. Booker brings the fans to their feet.
And there is no better way to add to the lead.
Isn't that true, GA, especially when the slam is coming from the point guard?
It shows you're able to attack the rim from any position.
And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Phoenix ahead, leading by 5. Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the 4th quarter could have even more action in store for us. Timberwolves trailed by 5. Edwards with the screen. DiVincenzo with it. He's picked up by O'Neal. Reed gets the bucket.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
Well, you know this is when they lean on him, and he delivers with a much-needed score.
Pass to Richards. Back to Booker. Here's the screen. 3-pointer. Booker with a 3. He is a knockdown shooter.
The 3 at the other end lit a fire under Booker. He wanted to get those right back.
And here's Reed. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. And so it's Durant with it. He'll bring it up for the Phoenix Suns. He's led by as many as 14 points. Buries the long-range jumper.
And Durant, so dangerous as a scorer. He can shoot it from deep, also beat you off the dribble there. He just stops and pops.
DiVincenzo can't hit it.
The defense does just enough to alter that shot.
Back to KD. And the foul called on Edwards. That is his first foul of the game. On defense, Minnesota trailing here by 8. Going up high, Kevin Durant.
Really like how Durant is playing tonight. Going for his. This guy is just so unreal.
Picked by Randall. To the inside. Shot to stop the run. He takes it up and lays it in.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
Durant just inside the line. And the Suns tack on 2 more.
They just won't miss. I mean, this is incredible.
Well, as a coach, this is when you enjoy what you're watching. Your team playing well and everything just flowing.
Randall outside. And Ball sends it back.
And that massive wingspan coming into play there. Ball uses it to perfection to block shots.
Well, that one should be in his wheelhouse, but just off the mark.
Pass to Durant. There's the triple. Goes back up. A kick out to O'Neal. From deep. That one doesn't go. Timberwolves trail by 10. And here is DiVincenzo. Back to McDaniel. On the wing, DiVincenzo. Just 4 to shoot. It's tipped. Another shot. It doesn't go for him. Good D by Booker. And it's Phoenix's ball. They've outscored him 10 points to 2 during this run. And the shot goes in. 28 points for KD. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Suns.
Well, they're shot blocking. The defensive effort level has been great. You got to love that intensity.
Pass to McDaniels. And it's off from 3-point range. Phoenix leading by 12. Here's KD. Got a piece of it. And stolen by DiVincenzo. And Minnesota has possession. Out of bounds, it'll go to the Suns.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for Phoenix.
They found a great rhythm from long range.
Yeah, Kevin, every time they left a man open deep, he'd get a good shot at the basket. Didn't hesitate, and that aggression paid off.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Kevin Durant.
Well, he was the reliable option for them on just about every possession. So dependable, always making the right decision.
Drills the three-pointer. They're this close to putting it away.
Yeah, they don't need to do anything special. Just take time off the clock.
That bucket in no time at all. KD's got 31 points.
Yeah, they've sucked the energy out of this arena. Tremendous effort on the road.
Yeah, and winning games on the road is huge, especially when you get them in such a convincing fashion.
To the wing on the left. Here's McDaniels. And the wide open shot from Reed. True on the 14-footer. Outside, KD. Takes the three. The shot, no good. So it's the Suns winning easily here. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not